everybody? Welcome back to the End Game. I'm your host, JC Rademas, and in this quarter, we're talking about world news. And in world news, we talk about all the news that's going on around the world. And recently, the Soviet Union has put restrictions on Americans adopting their children. What do you think about that, Lawrence?
I think they basically letting you know that we don't want to deal with you, we don't like you, we don't want to be bothered with you because parents are qualified to adopt a child, shouldn't matter. So I guess Russia that's how they taking their stance, just saying, the hell with us.
That's the Soviet Union, I meant Russia. But more importantly, do anybody on this panel care?
I care.
You do?
I think that there were some situations that happened that got a lot of publicity. Exactly. There were some children who were adopted from Russia who had some serious behavioral problems that the parents, I guess, either didn't know about or weren't equipped to deal with. And one of the things that happened was that a parent just sent the child back. I think they just put them on a plane by themselves and sent them back. So I guess Russia is saying, look, you know, that's traumatic to the child. If you're not going to commit to the process, then, you know, you revoke your privileges. And so I kind of care because, you know, we got to deal with children who have no parents. And I kind of think we have enough children in this country who have no parents. I don't know why we have to import them, but I do think it's a problem that is worthy of our discussion.
Children in need wherever they are. I mean, my family's from Africa. I'm not offended if people adopt children from anywhere and try to give them a loving home.
You don't think of it as some form of modern day type of slavery, where they're just picking up little kids from all around the world?
There's some you could think about it as you know, kind of colonizing, taking somebody and giving them a culture that's different from their own. And I think that does happen. But if you're worried, if your primary concern is that that person be taken care of and have their needs met, and if that's a part of it, then I am okay with that.
All right, Mr. Robinson?
Well, I guess that goes back to the topic. You're saying Russia is limiting the number of kids we can adopt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the issue. I mean, you're putting a limit on, we're trying to take care of the kid, and you're going to put a limit on it? I don't see where that limit comes from. And if you're going to limit me, I think we got enough kids in the United States that need to be adopted and taken care of, let alone worry about you now sanctioning me, telling me I can't adopt with so many kids. So that's where I have the issue with the limit restrictions if you're going to adopt me. But we got children over here that need to be taken care of.
Yeah, but they think the ones in Russia are probably cuter.
I think the ones coming from Russia, you get more money for. You know what I'm saying? That's just.
What, you going to try to sell them later?
No, I mean, if eBay take them. No, I'm just saying that's the new modern day hustle, man. You adopt a child, they cut you a check for so much a month. You know what I'm saying? Help you get on your feet. The child get on his feet. Maybe getting a child from Russia, you get more money a month. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? What comes with it? Because anybody adopt a child, don't get it twisted. It's not about the love, but money plays a factor too. You know, if I'm gonna adopt a child, yeah, I love them. I'm gonna get the one I want, and I want to see how much I'm gonna get, so I can start budgeting us.
I like how you put that last one in there.
Adoptions?
I don't know.
Because I know in adoptions in the U.S., I know it's true, but I think that. Well, the friends of mine that have adopted kids, they've had to pay.
Kids and not adoptions. I don't think that you get the subsidy for the adopted child because now it's yours. The foster kid, you get the check, and you know.
Adopted too, because I have adopted people in my family, and they got checks, and they went from living in the hood to different, you know,
different hood.
No, different hood or whatever. But I'm just telling you what I've learned as far as that. You know, they got a check so they can be able to take care of the child. And they budget their lifestyle within them and the child. So, you know, to me, that's just the new hustle. It has nothing to do with love. You can love the child, but if they paying for me and that child to be living better, then so be it. If I reach the qualifications, I'm gonna start adopting. That's just me.
All right, well, that's terrific. Next topic. Recently, former president of South Africa, Mr. Nelson Mandela, was hospitalized, and he recently got out. Mandela, who just recently turned the age of 795, is doing well and seems to be making a speedy recovery. Mr. Owens.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to live as long as Mr. Mandela has lived?
I sure do.
Especially having the life that he had.
I do.
Do you think you could do 30 years?
In jail?
Yes.
I mean, no, I can't do 30 years in jail. I don't want to do 30 years in jail unless I got some kind of connection that maybe on the weekends I can get out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But
What?
Nah, I don't. No, I'm just saying. Maybe he had the hookup. Cause do anybody ever talk about what he been through? Was he tortured for the whole 27 years he was jailed? I mean, did he? Was he on Facebook? I mean, I don't know. No one talks about it. He has a Twitter account.
I don't think they had Facebook then. They might have had MySpace.
I mean, but he came out fly, you know what I'm saying, shape up, so we don't know his you know what I'm saying,
he had a mean
acoustics
part.
that he had all in jail. But I would like to live that long because I want to get to the point where
His
I can
acoustics.
tell. Yeah, that too.
You want to cut a verse?
Well, that's what we'll talk about him later. I'm just saying, I just believe that I want to live that long so I can be able to be unapologetic. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Miss Madia, do you know? Oh boy, I'm about to do it again. The whole thing with Mandela and like his struggle there.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, you said your family's from Africa,
Yes.
Not South Africa, though, right?
No, Liberia.
Oh, that's a lovely place. I've never
Jackson
been there.
made a song about y'all.
You sure did.
Oh yeah. Do you understand the love that people have for him, and is it all over Africa? Do you know about that?
Well, I mean, I think it's here too. I think
he's cool.
there's a lot of respect for Nelson Mandela because of what he did. You know, he was somebody that was speaking up for the abused majority population in South Africa when the Afrikaners took over and didn't offer the black members of their community equal rights. Disproportionate, like just their wealth gap. It was all heavily influenced by that system. And he stood up and spoke against that system even when it came down to his personal rights being restricted. And so it's a story for him to get out and become president of the country, to lead a nation that once imprisoned him for having and speaking out on his beliefs. I think that transcends even the country. I think that's awesome that should be awesome to everybody.
Yeah, I know. I was rocking a Free Mandela shirt when I was in school. I didn't have no idea who he was. I found out after the movie came out. But you know what? We were running up short on time. I'm going to go to the next topic. Next topic is recently in the news. A lot of meat in the UK and Ireland. It's been discovered that it contains horse meat. Miss McKnight, how would you feel if you were eating a burger that, come to find out, had little pieces of particles of Mr. Ed in it? Would you be upset?
Well, I think I would, but I think that what I'd be upset about is that there's something in this meat that I didn't know was there. If it had been advertised to me or presented to me as a horse meat burger, and I'd...
Sounds great.
Right, and if I went for that kind of thing, that's a different matter. I think that in other countries, they do eat horse meat and a lot of other kinds of meat. Yeah, a lot of other kinds of meat that we don't necessarily eat, so maybe they were cool with that.
Horse meat burger is hilarious. Go ahead. I just want to say that was funny. Go ahead.
But I guess as long as I know what I'm eating, then that's the big issue for me.
Lawrence, do you have any problem eating a burger that contained horse meat?
No, if I'm hungry, no. Hell no, if I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Time's hard around here.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah, because people talk about the carryouts always having some type of dog, whatever. I say that stuff is delicious. I don't care if that is a cat or dog, whatever. Just put some mumbo sauce on it. It tastes amazing.
So you don't think the Asian community was working with Michael Vick? Like, when everybody got mad and be like, oh, he killing dogs, and the Asian, we'll clean it up. We'll clean it up. And so, because it's a recession on everybody. So, I don't know if they have the money to go get meat. Mandela was in prison a long time. What's all of it? So we got Klansmen tonight. So maybe, we need that meat. I don't know about horse meat with the little shoes. Are they gonna have little like Indianapolis coats like on the bottom of the bun, like the little shoe? We talking about.
Let me tell my audience something real quick. You don't know what you tuned in for tonight. Mr. Lawrence Owens is not just a comedian, he's a prophet. He knows exactly, he has his finger on the pulse of society. That was brilliant.
Thank you, sir.
I'm joining your church.
I learned from you.
Oh, well, then I did good. Mr. Robinson, is this really a sin against the community selling horse meat burgers? I'm sure it was only a little bit, like 30, maybe 60%.
I'm like Miss Wanda and Miss Lawrence. I mean, what makes up a burger? I don't know what's in the burger right now anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, that's my position now. yes, they should tell me it's horse, but when I go to McDonald's or some other places without naming, I don't know if it's a cow on the burger. They don't say that's a cow. So it says beef. What is beef? I mean, we call it.
What's beef? Beef is when you need 2 Glocks to go to sleep.
There you go.
So nobody else really got that.
I got that. But yeah, you know,
It's terrible.
I mean, I think if as long as it's clean and it's edible, it's meat. Now, does it make news? Of course, it makes news. But we might find out later on. And guess what? Everybody got Burger King and the different places are switching their burgers to horse meat now.
It might be adopted children meat. Remember the Russian?
Wait a minute, Lawrence, let's take it easy.
I mean, you don't.
We're not talking about eating people's kids.
No, Tyson said it first. With Lennox, he wanted to eat. All right, we're talking.
Okay. To a whole nother decade. Miss Madia,
Yes.
how would you feel if you found out that juicy burger that you were eating was actually Mr. Ed?
I wouldn't like it.
But what if it
that's the
still
winner.
tasted delicious?
Well, I don't eat beef now. So.
You don't? So you're a vegetarian?
No, I just don't eat beef.
I
I do juice. What's wrong with that?
See? Now, what if
That you talked about people
what if
judging
horse
people.
juice?
Why
What
are
if
you
it's horse
judging me?
juice?
Oh, my
Why are
God.
you judging
drink
me?
horse juice?
No.
Lawrence, that's a whole nother thing. Don't go there. That's another. That's
Might have wrung the meat into the juice. We're talking about.
Disgusting.
What if you found out your turkey burger was actually
I would be upset
Possum.
with that because
Oh.
I like to know what I'm eating, just like they talked about. I like to know what I'm eating, and I think that the consumer should be informed about what it is they're getting.
All right, well, I'm just going to say if it tastes good, eat it. No matter what it is.
Huh?
Well, now that I thank you, Lawrence. Now I think about it, maybe I shouldn't. All right, we got to go. We'll be right back with our winners and losers. You stick around. It's the end game. I'm JC Rademas. Be right back.
I love it.